I estimate that a 40-hour time-blocked work week produces the same amount of output as a 60-hour work week pursued without structure. Carl Newport, author of Deep Output, said that. So let me ask you a question before we get started here. How do you balance the necessity of the, quote, evil meeting, your emails, maybe some teamwork, different people trying to chat about things, and busy work with the focus time of the things that you really care about? Hey, my name is John Mylant, and in this video, I'm going to give you an overview and teach you what time blocking and its different variants are, like task batching, day theming, time blocking, and how the use or a combination of using these things can reclaim your schedule, and the best way to use your calendar and management schedule to implement time blocking the best way it works for you. So, my friends, put on your focus and get ready. Some of this is redundant for you guys, but some of you it isn't. So the first thing I want to do is I want to revisit what time blocking is. Listen through this, even if you time block something right now, because this is really important to make sure you're implementing it properly. So what is time blocking? Very simply, it's a time management method that gets you to take your schedule and block it in the time. Block of time is focused on finishing one task or a group of tasks during that period and nothing more. Instead of keeping just an open-end to-do list of things that you'll get done when you get to them, you start each day with a concrete schedule that lays out what you'll work on and when you'll do it. What makes this really work for you is having your to-do list prioritized in advance and a dedicated weekly review in something like this, you guys, is a must. Does this mean you have to take every hour of every day and put a time block of exactly what you're going to do in there? No, it doesn't. And don't think it does. For those of you that really like to do that, then you do that. You take every block of your hour of your time and you write something in there if you fit into that schedule. Honestly, I don't. I could never time block every hour of every minute of every day. Why? I'm just not designed like that. I feel like I'm rushing myself. But you can time block. I use time blocking a lot of times for at least half of my day for phone calls and meetings and things I'm going to do. But I don't get up in the morning. I don't time block my day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I don't operate like that. So don't feel time blocking is going to force you to do that. Unless your personality really gravitates toward that, then definitely go ahead and do that. So let's get into the different types and variations of time blocking. The first one we're going to take is called task batching. Some of you may refer to this or have heard the term chunking before, which is real popular that Tony Robbins uses. Now, what does this mean? This means you're taking a group of smaller tasks that you have that might be similar, and you are chunking them or you are batching them together. And you're taking specific blocks of time to work on these things together. So let me give you an example. Let's say you've got 3 phone calls to make, you've got 5 emails you want to send out, you want to write a letter to somebody, you want to send a note to somebody else. These little tasks, let's say you can batch them all together in 1 hour. So you're going to batch these 4 things together, or you're going to chunk these 4 things together and schedule them in a certain time period when you're going to work it just on these, and boom, you're going to get these things done and you're going to get them out of the way. Why is this so beneficial? What does it help you with? When you're organized like this, it limits the amount of mental switching you have to do, because you've got all these things chunked together. You're going to work on them 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to get them done. So you got this focus instead of doing, okay, boom, you do this one thing, you stop. Okay, what else do I got to do now? I can get done. You're breaking that concentration. So that's the first thing you do. That mental focus just stays in there and you're getting these things done. Because of this, that mental energy is being saved because you're in flow. It's not like you're starting, stopping, starting, stopping, starting, stopping. Every time you stop and have to start again, it takes more energy to get started than it does just to keep the flow going. The whole idea of time blocking and task batching or chunking, these things work really well together, you guys. It really helps you get more done and stay organized when you can batch things together and plug them into certain times in your calendar, and you know you're going to get them done. That flow gets done, that work gets done. Boom, you are flying high, my friends. The next thing I want to talk about is called day theming. Think of it as a radical idea of, or a more extreme version of task batching for people who have a lot of areas of responsibility to try to get things done. If you're a business owner, and I talk to a lot of real estate agents, what things do we have to do? We have to, we've got marketing, right? We've got working with our customers. We've got finances, other customer support. We've got to work on our CRM. There's a whole bunch of big things we got to do. So imagine taking one of these, and instead of having to set aside time block every day for each task, what if you took this and you took one of these themes and you compartmentalized it, and either for a full day or even half a day, you themed that period of time to focus on this one task. I want to read to you a quote from somebody that day themes of what it does for them. And I quote, "Knowing what the day means allows me to give the things that I need and want to accomplish without seeing undetermined, quote, ought to do items on my to-do list. As a result, I have less decision fatigue and even have more energy when I spend time with my kids." This is a great theme to use if you needed to organize yourself. As you can tell, one of the things I do a lot of video work. So I schedule Saturday morning, just half a day, as I call it my video shooting theme. So Saturday mornings, I will shoot 3 or 4 videos just like this one, all at one time. I'm not thinking of anything else but shooting these videos, 1, 2, 3, right after the other. I close my door, and so I have nothing else to think about. So I get no fatigue of worrying about other things that I got to do. It works like a charm, you guys. You've got to try this. The third variation I want to talk about is called time boxing. Time blocking and time boxing are not synonymous, but they often get confused. Let me share the important difference. Time blocking asks you to set aside chunks of time to focus on a certain activity. As an example, I am going to set aside 9 o'clock a.m. to 11 o'clock a.m. to work on the first draft of my blog. In contrast to this, time boxing forces you to impose a limit on how much time that you will invest in a certain task. Let's take the same example of using a time 9 to 11 and working on the first draft of a blog and put it in the time box content instead of a time block content. Time blocking says from 9 to 11, I will work on the first draft of my blog. Time boxing says, I will finish the first draft of my blog between 9 and 11. Do you see the difference? So you didn't have to finish your the first draft of your blog from 9 to 11 when you time block. But when you time box, you know your focus is, I'm going to finish this in this 2-hour period. So there's a big difference between the two. It's very important to understand that. These are the different forms of time blocking and how you can use your time. So let me ask you this. Why is this so effective? What are the benefits of this? If you use these techniques, either completely or partially, what benefits can you expect out of these things? First benefit, it promotes what they call deep work, or I call it flow work. When you schedule an amount of time to really focus on one piece of work, one project, one task, your mental energy is going this way and nowhere else. So your attention is not spread over all sorts of stuff, but it is laser focused, and you get into that flow, boom, and you are getting work done. It seems like time is accelerating and going by so fast because you're getting so much work done. The second thing it does, it helps you knock out that shallow work that we all have much more efficiently. Shallow work is that urgent thing you need to do that's really not important. We all have these in our lives every day. When you specifically time box shallow work, you're setting a fixed amount of time that you're willing to work on that and get things done so that it's not just spread out and suddenly it's taking up all this time and whoa, you didn't even realize it. And the third thing it does, it really, really helps us complete the goals that we have set up more efficiently than anything else. There were several studies done by a Dr. Ted Rogers and Catherine. They asked the question, do concrete plans help people really follow through on their intentions? From following a rigid exercise routine to just scheduling a flu shot, people were more likely to act upon their intentions when they wrote down a specific place, date, and time for that intention. Paradoxically, people frequently underplan. When they begin with strong intentions, they mistakenly believe that the strong intentions are enough to just propel them forward to their desired behavior. And it's literally, my friends, this belief that keeps them and prevents them from using strategies that could translate intention into action. These time blocking strategies and variations really help us complete our goals. So, why does this all matter? Why should you take time blocking, time batching, time batching, chunking, day theming, time boxing? Why should you even consider this for your business? As I always share with my clients, preparation is the cornerstone to confidence. They have the confidence to be able to follow through on the things that you really want. It often takes that extra time and preparation to organize things and getting done exactly like you want to. Time blocking and its variations provide us the tools we need to get more focused, dive deeper, and rule our day with the utmost confidence. If you use time blocking or a variation of this right now with the stuff that I've shared, or if you would like to know more about how to use these, leave me a comment below, and what I will do is I will respond. And even if we need to connect and talk, I'll share with you how I use things and how they help me. Maybe it'll give you an idea how you can use these and implement these things yourself. So leave me a comment below and we'll chat about this a little bit.